So dear devotees, next in line we have seen the amazing drama done by the Gokul Garden children, and next we can actually witness what happens to the Gokul Garden children when they become youth. What is their capability? What are their talents school like?
சற்று முன்னதாக கோகுல் கார்டன் சிறுவர்களின் நாடகத்தை நாம் அனைவரும் கண்டு களித்தோம். இனி வரும் அங்கத்தில் இக்கோகுல் கார்டன் மாணவர்கள் இளைஞர்களாக ஆனால் எவ்வாறு நாடகத்தை நடத்துவார்கள் என காணவிருக்கின்றோம்.
So before we start, a humble request to all the devotees who are standing, please kindly be seated so that more devotees at the back can actually also enjoy the drama. If any elderly devotees requires chair, for those who are within the reach of the chair, please kindly hand out the chairs to those who are unable to sit down. Let us all be considerate for elderly or senior citizens. Chairs are available, so you can get chairs for them to sit comfortably.
நின்று கொண்டிருக்கும் பக்தர்களின் கவனத்திற்கு நீங்கள் அனைவரும் நின்ற இடத்திலேயே அமரும்படி தாழ்மையுடன் கேட்டுக்கொள்கின்றோம். நீங்கள் அனைவரும் உட்கார்ந்தால் பின்னாடி நிற்கின்ற பக்தர்கள் அனைவரும் இந்த நாடகத்தை கண்டு களிக்க இயலும். முதிர்ந்த பக்தர்களுக்கு யாராவது நாற்காலியை வழங்கி சிறப்பு செய்யும்படி தாழ்மையுடன் கேட்டுக்கொள்கின்றோம். நன்றி.
So are you all ready for the drama? Do you know who's saying the loud yes? It's actually the Gokul Garden children. Are you all ready for the drama? Okay, amazing. நீங்க தமிழ்ல கேக்குறீங்களா?
நீங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் இந்த நாடகத்தை கண்டு களிக்க தயாரா? தயாரா?
Okay, our Gokul Garden children knows both English and Tamil, so they are responding both. So devotees at the back, please kindly be seated so more devotees can also enjoy the drama.
நின்று கொண்டிருக்கும் பக்தர்களே தயவு செய்து நீங்கள் நின்ற இடத்திலேயே அமருங்கள் தயவு செய்து.
So without further ado, the drama by the youth on the advent of Lord Sri Krishna.
சற்றும் தாமதிக்காமல் இளைஞர்களின் நாடகம் தொடங்க உள்ளது. நாடகத்தின் தலைப்பு கிருஷ்ணரின் வருகையும் அவரது தோற்றமும். ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா.
ஓம் நமோ பகவதே வாசுதேவாய. யதா யதா ஹி தர்மஸ்ய க்ளானிர்பவதி பாரத அபுத்தானம் அதர்மஸ்ய ததாத்மானம் ஸ்ருஜாம்யஹம். Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. Haritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha duskritam dharma samstapnanataya sambhavami yuge yuge. To deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion, I myself appear millennium after millennium. Once the world was overburdened by the unnecessary defense force of different kings who were actually demons but were posing themselves as the royal order. At that time, the whole world became perturbed, and the predominating deity of this earth, known as Bhumi, went to see Lord Brahma to tell of her calamities due to the demoniac kings. Bhumi assumed the shape of a cow and presented herself before Lord Brahma with tears in her eyes.
are the predominating deity of this universe and the knower of the Vedas. I have come to seek your shelter. Save me, protect me from the demons who are now destroying all that is good and pious upon the earth.
Bhumi Devi, although I am known as the great Brahma, creator of the universal affairs, it is Lord Vishnu who is the source of all creation, including myself, and it is He alone who can save us from these calamities. Therefore, let us approach Him who rests on the coils of Anantanaga.
My dear demigods, I am aware of the trouble being caused by Kamsa and his demonic friends. So, I shall appear on the earth planet very soon, along with my supremely powerful potencies. For as long as I remain on the earth planet, I will execute the mission of annihilating the demons and establishing the devotees. All of you, the devoted demigods, should also appear and assist me by appearing in the family of the Yadu dynasty in which I shall appear.
Once upon a time, Vasudeva, the son of Sena, just after marrying Devaki, was going home on his chariot with his newly wedded wife. At that time, Kamsa, the son of Ugrasena, in order to please his sister Devaki, had voluntarily taken the reins of the horses of Vasudeva's chariot and was driving it. The procession was passing very pleasingly, and Kamsa was driving the chariot when suddenly a miraculous sound vibrated from the sky, which specifically addressed Kamsa.
Kamsa, you are such a fool. You are driving the chariot of your sister and your brother-in-law, but you do not know that the eighth child of this sister will kill you.
Who's that? Who's that? What is this I'm hearing? The eighth child of Devaki will kill me. No, never. I shall kill her first.
My dear Kamsa, you are the most famous king of the Bhoja dynasty. How is it that you are so infuriated that you are prepared to kill a woman who is your own sister at this auspicious time of your marriage? Why should you be so much afraid of death? Death has already been born along with your birth. With every passing moment, you are already dying. Why then should you be so much afraid of death? Final death is inevitable. Therefore, I request you, do not be overwhelmed by the dictation of your mind and body. The position is overall so delicate that if you kill your sister, it will go against your high reputation. Besides, since you are waiting for some danger from the sons of your sister, then why kill her? Considering all this, you are safe for the present. If there are any sons born, I promise that I shall present them to you for necessary action.
When the first son was born, Vasudeva kept his word of honor and immediately brought the child before Kamsa. Vasudeva was very much elevated and famous for keeping his word of honor.
My dear Devaki, give me the boy now. It's time.
No, no, my dear husband, please do not give this child to Kamsa. He will kill this innocent baby.
I have given my word of honor, which cannot be broken. Please give me the child.
Although it was very painful for Vasudeva to hand over the newly born child, Kamsa was very glad to receive him. But he became a little compassionate after seeing Vasudeva's behavior.
Oh, what is this? Oh, it is Vasudeva with his firstborn child. Very good, very good.
Yes, I have brought the child in accordance to the promise I made to you. You may act as you will.
My dear Vasudeva, you need not present this child to me. I am not in danger from this child. I heard that the 8th child born of you and Devaki will kill me. Why should I accept this child unnecessarily? You can take him back.
Oh, my child, he's alive. Oh, my Lord, thank you.
Just at that time, the great sage Narada came to Kamsa's palace. Narada was very anxious to accelerate the descent of Lord Krishna as soon as possible, and therefore
Narayana, Narayana.
Great sage Narada, thank you for gracing my palace. Please come, take a seat.
My dear Kamsa, I have heard of your compassionate dealing with Vasudeva and his son, which is very nice of you. But let me warn you that many great personalities and demigods are taking birth in the Yadu dynasty. They have come to assist the Lord in his pastimes. I must leave now. Narayana, Narayana.
These words of Narada must be true. Therefore, any one of these sons of Devaki could be Krishna. Guards! Guards! Harass Vasudeva and Devaki, chain them with iron shackles, and have them guarded 24 hours a day.
within the prison, shackled in iron chains, Vasudeva and Devaki gave birth to a male child year after year. And Kamsa, thinking each of these babies to be the incarnation of Vishnu, killed them one after another. He was particularly afraid of the 8th child. But after the visit of Narada Muni, he came to the conclusion that any child might be Krishna. Therefore, it was better to kill all the babies who took birth from Devaki and Vasudeva.
Maharaja, there's another child born in the day.
What? Another child? Let me kill him immediately. I shall live forever. No one can kill me.
My dear brother, will you not have a little mercy on me and let me keep this child? Please, please, my dear brother.
Give me the child.
In this way, Kamsa killed 6 babies of Vasudeva and Devaki, one after another. When Devaki became pregnant for the 7th time, Krishna's expansion, known as Ananta, appeared in the womb of Devaki and was transferred to the womb of Rohini. When this was done, it appeared that Devaki's 7th pregnancy was a miscarriage. Thereafter, the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, full with 6 opulences, took shelter within the womb of Devaki. At that time, Kamsa could appreciate that her beauty had greatly increased.
My sister's beauty seemed to have increased so much. Never before has she looked so beautiful. I'm sure Lord Vishnu has now appeared in her womb. Oh, what is to be done with Devaki? Even if I kill Devaki, his mission will not be frustrated. To kill Devaki now would be a most abominable act. No one desires to destroy his own reputation. Devaki is a woman and under my shelter. Moreover, she is pregnant. And if I kill her, my reputation will surely be finished. But if I let her live, she will give birth to my enemy. Krishna will surely kill me and rob me from all my powers and riches.
Kamsa finally decided not to kill Devaki right away, but to wait for the inevitable future. He patiently waited for the deliverance of the child, expecting to kill him as he had done previously with the other babies of Devaki. Thus, being merged in the ocean of animosity against the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he began to think of Krishna and Vishnu while sitting, while sleeping, while walking, while eating, and while working. Kamsa thought of Krishna in all the situations of his life. His mind became so much absorbed with the thought of the Supreme Personality of Godhead that indirectly he could only see Krishna or Vishnu around him. Unfortunately, although his mind was so absorbed in the thought of Vishnu, he is not recognized as a devotee because he was thinking of Krishna as an enemy.
Krishna. No, I hear his name everywhere. Oh Krishna. What am I saying?
Hare Krishna. A very quick announcement again, the same car number plate has not been removed. I've memorized the number already. VFJ 5852. So we humbly request the owner of the car to remove the car immediately. VFJ 5852. It's more than half an hour. The car has been blocking. So we humbly request the owner of the car VFJ 5852 to remove the car immediately. Thank you.
This time, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, accompanied by great sages like Narada and followed by many other demigods, invisibly appeared in the house of Kamsa. They began to pray for the Supreme Personality of Godhead and select prayers which are very pleasing to the devotees.
My dear Lord Krishna, you have appeared just to fulfill your vow to your devotees. You have stated that in order to kill the demons and protect the devotees, you will appear. Although we have been assigned so-called high posts to rule the universe, in actual fact, you are the creator, the maintainer, and the destroyer. The whole creation ultimately rests upon you, and we act just for your glory. We cannot act independently of your will.
Our dear Lord, you have appeared in the original humanoid form of eternal goodness for the welfare of all the living entities within this material world. Taking advantage of these pastimes, we can learn about your wonderful activities. Therefore, in your appearance as Lord Krishna, you will establish that you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead and that no one is equal to or greater than you.
Dear Lord, whose feet are meditated upon by great mystics, yogis and sages, you appear in different incarnations such as Rama, Narasimha and Kalki. But your appearance as Shamasundara is the most attractive. O Supreme Lord, you are appearing as the best of the Yadu dynasties, and we offer our respectful obeisances until the feet.
Oh, most fortunate Mother Devaki, within your womb is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Father of all created beings. You should not be fearful of your wicked brother Kamsa, for your son has appeared to protect the godly and destroy the atheists, and will dispel all the darkness of the world.
Thereafter, at the auspicious time for the appearance of the Lord, the entire universe was surcharged with all the qualities of goodness, beauty and peace. All directions appeared extremely pleasing, and the beautiful stars twinkled in the cloudless sky. The rivers flowed with clear water, and the lakes and vast reservoirs full of lilies and lotuses were extraordinarily beautiful. In the trees and green plants full of flowers, the birds and bees began chanting with sweet voices. A pure breeze began to blow, bearing the aroma of scented flowers. When the Brahmanas ignited their fires according to Vedic principles, the fire burned steadily. Thus, when the unborn Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appeared, all the saints and Brahmanas felt peace, and the kettle drums vibrated from the upper planetary systems.
Look at this wonderful, amazing child. He appears to be fully decorated. Just see this beautiful curly hair which decorates his all-attractive, lotus-like face. No ordinary child can appear in this way. How wonderful it is that Krishna, the original Vishnu, has now appeared as our son. How wonderful it is that although the Almighty Lord has no father, He has taken birth in our family, just like an ordinary child. My only misfortune is that I cannot celebrate His appearance while kept in this prison by Kamsa.
My dear Lord, I offer my respectful obeisance unto you. You are the original form of all incarnations, full of bliss, knowledge, and eternity. My Lord, I request you to save me from the cruel hands of Kamsa. I am also very much afraid that he will try to harm you as soon as he hears you have appeared.
My dear Devaki and Vasudeva, previous to this birth, you had a strong desire to have me as your son. So, I have now appeared just to fulfill that desire. I am very pleased by your devotion to me. which is very, very rare. I know that you are both concerned about my safety. Therefore, I order you to take me immediately to Gokula and replace me with the daughter who has been born to Yashoda.
Having spoken thus in the presence of his father and mother, the Lord turned himself into an ordinary child and remained silent.
Look, my chains have fallen off. The doors have opened and the guards are sleeping. Quick, Devaki, give me the child. I must take him across to Gokula, as it is the desire of the Lord.
My lord, please be careful. Please take care of our child.
Upon returning, Vasudev adjusted all the doors and gates. The gatekeepers awoke and they heard the newborn child crying. Kamsa was waiting to hear the news of the child's birth, and the gatekeepers immediately approached him and informed him that the child was born.
Maharaja, the 8th child of Devaki is born. Come quickly.
What? Oh no! No, the cruel death of my life is born. Come, let's go!
My dear brother, please do not kill this female child. You are not to be killed by any female child. That was the omen. You are to be killed by a male child. So please do not kill her. My dear brother, you have killed so many of my children who were just born, shining as the sun. That is not your fault. You have been advised by demoniac friends to kill my children. But now, I beg you to excuse this girl. Let her live as my daughter.
Give me that child now!
You rascal, Kamsa! How can you kill me? The child who will kill you is already born before me, somewhere else in the world. Don't be so cruel to your poor sister.
After hearing these words, Kamsa became very much overwhelmed with fear. Out of pity, he immediately released Vasudev and Devaki from the bondage of their shackles and very politely began to address them.
A sister and brother-in-law have acted just like a demon in killing my own nephews. I have given up all consideration of our intimate relationship. I do not know what will be the result of these acts of mine. I am surprised, however, that the celestial prophecy has not come true, because I believe in the words of the celestial denizens. I have committed so many sins by killing the children of my sister. My dear sister Devaki, you are so gentle and kind. Please excuse me. Don't be aggrieved by the death of your children, which I have caused. My dear sister Devaki and brother-in-law Vasudeva, kindly excuse the atrocity I have committed against you. I am very poor-hearted, and you are so great-hearted. So take compassion upon me and excuse me.
My dear brother-in-law, such is ordained by the will of the Lord. So what has happened has happened. Do not be sorry.
Please go back to your house and forget what has happened.
But the next day, Kamsa called all his counselors together and narrated to them all the incidents that had happened the night before. All the counselors of Kamsa were demons and eternal enemies of the demigods. So they became depressed upon hearing their masters speak of the night's events. And although they were not very much experienced to learn it, they began to give wrong instructions to Kamsa. Thus, being advised by his demoniac ministers, Kamsa was from the very beginning the greatest rascal, decided to persecute the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. Being entrapped by the shackles of all-devouring eternal time, he ordered the demons to harass all kinds of saintly persons, and then he entered his house. Meanwhile, in Gokula, the beautiful appearance of Sri Krishna was celebrated with grandeur. When all the aesthetic coward men heard that Nanda Maharaj, father of Krishna, was celebrating the birth ceremony of his son, they became spontaneously joyful. After dressing themselves in this gorgeous way, they took with them various kinds of gifts and presents and thus approached the house of Nanda Maharaj. All the coward women became overwhelmed with joy, and they also dressed themselves with various kinds of costly garments and ornaments and smeared scented cosmetics on their bodies. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says that with the presence of Krishna, the soul is no longer covered in darkness.
Krishna, dear devotees and friends. My name is Ratigopika Devidasi. So here I am to
introduce the wonderful cast of the dramas, The Advent of Sri Krishna. Did you like the drama? Did you meditate about Lord Krishna and his appearance? Okay, then we have to be very grateful to the cast. Let me introduce them one by one to you. As the god, Bhatta Nanda, please come forward. Bhatta Shaktivel, the god. Bhatta Ishin, Brahma. Bhatta Shamsundar, Narada. Bhatta Dinesh, Lord Shiva. Bhatta Sesha, Lord Ganesh. Bhatta Janardhan, Murugan. Bhakti Narmada, Lakshmi. Bhatta Sumantiran as Nanda Maharaj and the Sadhu. Gandharvika as Durga. Bhatta Kishore as Sadhu. Radhika as Mother Yashoda. Bhakti Navina as Bhumi Devi. And Bhakti Shankari as Gopi. Prisha as Gopi. Divina Gopi. Ravishna Gopi. And we have none other than Bhagavad Gita as Mahavishnu. And we have Vasudeva, who was played by Bhakta Vendan. Devaki was played by Bhakti Naishwarya. And none other, the star of the night, we have Bhakta Abhaycharan as Kamsa. Thank you very much. We'd like to thank all the parents and the youth who have put in so much of effort and time. They've been practicing this for the last 4 months. So it's really a great effort. So we thank all of you. We thank the Temple Management Council for supporting us all the time. It is youth activities. And with that, we bid goodbye for now till the next Janmashtami. Hare Krishna.
A special thanks also goes to His Grace Radhi Gopika Mataji for directing the cake. Now let us put our hands together for a wonderful drama brought by our talented youth.